LB, I'm going to hand over to you for the beginning of the show because I saw you tweet earlier on today. We've obviously seen the deal. Julian Alvarez has left for 95 million euros. He's joined Atletico Madrid. But I saw your tweet earlier on today, LB, that City are being accused of cheating again. What have you reportedly done now?
Bro, I tell you, people are losing their heads, man. I genuinely think we're finished as a species, because you should see some of the stuff that I'm reading on Twitter, right? One person is alleging that City have given the 80 million to Atletico Madrid for Atletico Madrid to then give back to Manchester City so it looks good for City on profit and sustainability rules, despite the fact that my club is actually doing quite okay on the profit and sustainability rules. And also that would mean that we're giving Alvarez away on a free. I mean, what is wrong with people? People are honestly so delusional, man. Like, they hate City so much that they legit think that we give Alvarez away for free just to make our profit and sustainability look nicer. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I said this before, on my stream. There is a serious lack of strikers out there, right? In the Premier League, only Isak is better than Alvarez. Watkins at a push, I think that's 50-50 up for debate. No one else is better than him, right? I'm not having Nunes over him, not having Havertz and Gabriel Jesus, yeah? And Kane's finished. He's getting on now, and so is Lewandowski. There is a serious lack of young talent coming through. This is a player, that got 32 goals and assists combined last year in all competitions. He got 20 goals and assists in the Premier League alone, playing out of position. He's won every single trophy there is to win. And the people are out here trying to say that 80 million is too expensive. United spent 60-odd million on Højlund, who scored 9 goals in Serie A. Liverpool paid 85 for Darwin Núñez. I mean, why are people literally... I don't know if I'm missing something. Why are people sitting here saying, it's so expensive, what are City doing some dodgy deals? How is it dodgy? How is 80 million quid, one of the best young strikers in the world, expensive when he got 32 G&A playing out of position? Honestly, man, I feel like people are just like, they hate on City so much that they just force these horrendous narratives. And then the next thing is, City always do these dodgy deals. Bro, go and have a look at our sales, man. Our sales are ridiculous. You know, we sold Laporte last year for £23 million. 23 million! And people are out here trying to pretend like City sell. Our record sale before today was 45 million, Leroy Sané. We sold Leroy Sané for 45 million quid. It's a myth, man. But I think people do it, because they can't accept that City are just better than their clubs on the field and off the field in terms of the way that they do their business with the transfers. And then they just come up with these ludicrous things. I mean, honestly, why on earth would City give money to Atletico Madrid just for Atletico Madrid to give money back to City? Why? I mean, why on earth would that happen? It's crazy, bro. Honestly, I just think like species.
Yeah, and listen, by the way, a lot of people are saying that Terry definitely said this. No, I haven't. I think it's a phenomenal piece of business, but I'm not surprised. Julian Alvarez, I agree. He is definitely in the top 4 to 5 strikers in the Premier League. I know he's not in the Premier League anymore because he's leaving, but he's there. There is no doubt he's got a good first touch. He can play. He can create. The interplay is good. He can finish. And he was a bit part player at many times for City. He is more than worth this money. And I am still flabbergasted. And it may come out in reports later on down the line that Arsenal or Chelsea or somebody tried to sign him. But I don't think any Premier League team has made a big enough push. Now, some will say, yeah, but maybe City wouldn't sell to them. Well, at least that proves a story that I spoke about 2 years ago is right, that City now have a policy where they won't sell to Arsenal as an example. But City have always been quite open about the fact that we don't really worry about selling to clubs that are not threat to us. We don't really worry about who we give players away to. So it either means that's a lie or there is now a policy. So that's one little conversation that can be put to bed if that's the reasoning. But I think that Arsenal and I think that Chelsea especially should have been all over this deal. And I think it is fair money. And also the same people the same people I see praising City for getting this amount of money are the same people that moan about their clubs trying to get the right price for their players. This is what I do agree with you. Society is broken. Society is broken in the sense of, how dare we try and get the maximum value for Nketiah? How dare we try and get the maximum value for AWB? Oh, look how good City are at selling players. I love how they operate. I'm kind of seeing it from the other side where I'm just sitting there going, How are you speaking out of both sides of your mouths like that? In the cold, hard light of day, one, Atletico are not getting involved in any dodgy dealings with City. I'm not saying it is dodgy, but why would they get involved? Why would they risk their club's entire future to help Man City? Doesn't make sense. Secondly, he's worth the money that Ati are paying for him because he is brilliant. And people on Twitter, honestly, what I don't understand, what goes through their brains is it's almost abnormal, the stuff I've been reading. And listen, if when City have been accused of things and there's a case going on and evidence has been out there, we have spoken about it on the Terrace and we will do so. And I think that's the right thing to do. But I did see some other tweets of people talking about City cheating. How, where, what? It's not like they've just, it's crazy.
You know what, as well as mad, yeah? It's like, I've seen Arsenal fans saying it's dodgy. Bro, you don't realise, you spent 75 million quid on Kai Havertz. Are you aware of that? That guy, you know how many guys, that guy, yeah, not last season, season before, obviously his last season at Chelsea, got 10 G&A. 10. And you spent 75 million. Is that dodgy? That certainly looks dodgy to me. And I know most Arsenal fans last summer, Potsy included, was not happy with that deal because they felt, one, he's not great, and two, they overpaid. So did we all look at that and go, that's dodgy? Arsenal doing some dodgy dealings? No, we looked at it and went, dodgy. And by the way, I'm not saying that you have to look at Alvarez and say, yeah, he's worth 80 mil. If you don't think he's worth 80 mil, no problem. You think he's worth 40? All right, that's your opinion. Yeah, I think it's strange based off his achievements, but it is what it is. But to say it's a dodgy deal, I mean, you signed Pepe for 85 or something like that. Is that a dodgy deal? Should we now investigate that deal? Honestly, man, have some self-awareness. United spent, 80, 90 on Anthony? And by the way, you signed him from the club that your manager, who you had, just come from. That seems more dodgy than City and Atletico Madrid. What are the connections there? So, I mean, to have some self-awareness, man, honestly, it's very strange. I mean, I find it very strange. And to be honest with you, I think that a lot of people have been a bit harsh on Alvarez because he's a good player, you know. I think he'll tear it up for Atletico Madrid. I think it's a perfect move for him. Him and Simeone, I think he'll smash it. And City obviously have got good money, 80 million quid. It's over 65 million pounds worth of profit for the books. I don't think we're going to spend any of that, to be honest with you. So I think it's irrelevant because a lot of people get hung up on money a bit too much. Like, you're not getting any cash, lads. Like, you're not a shareholder in a football club. Like, don't deep it too much. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's the reason why I tweeted about it before, bro. I just think it's mad strange, isn't it?
No, do you know what's mad is, like, for me, I don't really care about how much Alvarez went for. What I care about is what you're going to do to replace him. Because you can't tell me you're going to do nothing. You just got 90 million.
We're going to do nothing. We're going to do nothing.
What? Do you think that's the right thing to do, though, LB? If Haaland get a knock, who's up front for you?
I think we'll go false nine.
With
either one of Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, Oscar Bob, James McAtee, Savinio, maybe Grealish. I don't know. I don't think we'll sign another striker, bro. Because the problem is, if you sign another striker, you're going to be in the same position. No one's playing ahead of Haaland, bro. No one's playing ahead of him. So when is he going to play? You'll play, he might play, a month if Haaland gets an injury. The odd game here or there when he gets rested. If you are going to replace him, in my opinion, you have to buy an attacking midfielder who can also play as a sort of like false nine striker. You're not going to buy another striker. Let's be sat on the bench. What's the point? So I don't think we'll sign anyone. I think we're literally going to keep Foden, Kevin De Bruyne, and have Oscar Bob, McAtee, the young lads in there, and we'll cook. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, I like Oscar Bob. I think he's looking like a potentially hot prospect, or whatever you want to call it. Savio, I hear good things, but I don't think he's a false nine. I think he's more of a winger. Jack Grealish and a false nine, I'm not sure that really works for me. I think that Man City do need to go and sign another one. Now, Haaland might not get injured. It might be great. He's quite durable. He's not one of these players that's always got knocks, but I think you will have to go and do something. You're right, there will be. Whoever comes in, you're basically like Tottenham have been for the last 5-6 years of Harry Kane. Go and get another striker because if Kane gets injured, but they never could because they always got cracked centre forwards, or the other ones they did get in wanted to leave. So, and they knew that if they were to get anyone in, they'd probably want to leave. So Jesus has gone, nah, Aguero's ahead of me. Julian Alvarez has gone, nah, Haaland's ahead of me. So now you're in a really hard position to go and get one. So